Glorilla doesn't talk about her family, and after all I have seen, I understand why.
Just imagine, it was a lot of us, so we used to get on each other's nerves.
Right.
And pick on each other and fight. But we love each other at the end of the day, though.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Keep waiting.
Gloria was never homeless. Who was homeless? She was not homeless. She bought my dad a Jaguar just look good, and that man broke his hell with a house full of roaches in South Haven. And yes, my mama still working at FedEx.
Glorilla has 10 siblings. Like, that's crazy. That's the number of siblings that my grandparents and great-grandparents used to have.
Damn.
And right now, I only have 2 siblings, and it's a lot. So imagine being number 8 out of 10 and having to be one or part of the younger siblings in the family, and of course you're the most successful, you're the richest.
Help me! Help me! Nigga!
So this comes with a lot of weight that a lot of people find it hard to bear, especially when their family does things like this on the internet.
Tula bitch, that bag up dancer, that '04 Ford Fusion driving ass bitch. Ho, stay the fuck out of this family affair, because you got so much to say, and you a bag up dancer. You should be over here on my side since you driving a '04. Don't you think?
Y'all favorite rapper ain't shit, and I'm getting tired of it. Y'all mad. Fuck, y'all talking about some she ain't obligated. How the fuck she ain't obligated when she want to sit here and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we been through and they reach back and help none of us out, but got her friends around and shit. And my mama still working at FedEx. Y'all better get the fuck out of my face.
Now, mind you, this is her older sister, and apparently she's a stud, because if it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then by all means, it is a duck.
Nice.
And you will think that being an older sibling and understanding how your younger sibling is, why would bringing your issues to the internet make things better? That would actually make things worse, because now you're involving people that have no knowledge of the type of family that you have no experience with what you and the other family members have gone through, into your business to have an opinion. And by the way, most people won't even have a healthy opinion on this matter.
He's right, you know.
Oh, we used to have days when we wasn't eating. But motherfucker ain't obligated. But you want to get on interviews and talk about the struggle. You want to talk about the struggle. But yeah, ain't one of us shining, fool. Ain't one of us shining. You got everybody else in this hole. You giving money out. You bringing motherfuckers back around. You done it cross you badly, because Sanchez, why you get your ass beat on God? Why you get your ass stomped? And I remember when Kalia did this shit. She watched you. And then you brought her back around. And she went live about you. And you brought her back around. She on the stage with you. How the fuck is that for her? It's been 4 years. Then I'm calling seeing motherfuckers like, no, bro, then mama sit here in this whole struggle. Y'all thought she bought a house. She did not buy my mama no motherfucking house. Stop lying. She did not. She bought my daddy a house with his trick ass. And then he got the smallest house on the block. Fuck. Talking about she retired. That man retired on his own time, and she didn't retire shit. On God. Fuck.
Now, I am somebody that promotes love and care in a family, but I got to be honest and admit that not all families are healthy. There are some very toxic families where it is actually better and safer for you to stay away from them than to be with them.
It's an evil world we live in. But hey, I'm gonna keep living.
There are so many unhealthy and terrible families out there that because some people have never experienced that, they find it hard to relate and find it hard to even imagine that things like that even happen. Because for most children to cut off their siblings and their parents, nobody just wakes up and say they want to cut off the people that has known them since the day they were born. So for people to do that, most of the time there's a good reason why. Not saying that everybody does it for a good reason, but sometimes there's a good reason why.
Has anybody else noticed that when an adult child chooses not to have a relationship with a parent, it's always, but it's your mom and dad. You only get one mom and dad. Why are you doing that? And it's never, wow, what could a parent have done to cause their child to make this decision but feel like it was the right one? It's never, what happened that made a grown adult feel like the need to walk away from the people who raised them? And it's definitely never, but they're your children. How can you treat them that way? Why is the weight placed on the child? Why is the burden of maintaining peace, preserving connection, and forgiving endlessly dumped onto the very person who's probably carrying the scars? No one ever stops to think maybe that parent wasn't a safe person. Maybe the parent was emotionally manipulative, abusive, dismissive, narcissistic, or just constantly absent when it mattered most. Maybe parent was just a title and not something they lived up to.
Because nobody really talk about, y'all, when we cut off our family, right, and we say fuck family. Okay, nobody really talk about how hard it is when you have to cut off your siblings. Or some people that's close, or some people cutting off their parents. Nobody tell you how hard sometimes that shit really can be. Because damn, you would never expect that you would have to cut off somebody that made you. Or somebody that came from the same person that you came from. Because damn, you get what I'm saying? It make you feel away. And sometimes I just think about it, I really gotta cut you off. Because you don't mean me no good. You just as fucked up as the rest of these motherfuckers.
When someone distances themselves from a relative, understand that there's usually a long line of offenses leading up to that choice that people on the outside never see. Not every family is the same, so don't assume they owe you an explanation for simply protecting their peace.
Now, everybody that hears this may not find the reason justified, but at the same time, you are not the person that's directly impacted by those choices. And I think that person has weighed the pros and the cons to make such a decision.
True. That's true. And yeah, that's true.
Now, this is where I get into the crux of the matter. There's a term known as black tax, and this is where people expect that the successful participants of the family to take care of other people in the family that may not be as successful. And sometimes this can come off as arrogant, prideful, and obnoxious.
This is a sickness.
And this is where it gets into words like responsibility and abuse. I like to call it responsibility abuse.
I ain't got none of us nothing. The same who you was sitting there eating ketchup sandwiches with. Oh my, if I got 500,000, bro, I'll at least give my siblings 10K a piece.
She's telling us what Glorilla is doing to her, how Glorilla ain't answering her calls and ain't texting her back and ain't helping her out, but she don't tell us what she did to Glorilla. So a mutual of theirs actually took to the timeline to explain why Glorilla ain't answering her text when she wants money. So a girl by the name of Markiva Taylor, she wrote, Scarface Woods, you telling everything, but when you try to inbox TMZ, Memphis Media, Shade Room, all type of ish, trying to sell stories about her just to make your sister look like something she is not. This shit backfired on you. Maybe you should go with plan B and keep door dashing, because after that, she shouldn't even look your way. This is embarrassing to be your own family. Fam, you try to sell stories on me, bruh. Yo, you dead to me. It's F you for life, straight up.
And I believe that there are responsibilities that people have in families. If you are a parent, it is your responsibility to take care of your children. If you are a child and your parents are old, I believe that there is some type or level of responsibility that you have to take care of your parents. Now, this is where people get it messed up.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
People that are the recipient of this responsibility take it to assume that they can never do anything wrong, to the point that they abuse the privilege that life has given them. And this is where I stress upon the point of privilege, because it is a privilege to have a parent that takes care of you and loves you. It is also a privilege to have a child that takes care of their parents and loves their siblings. It is not a requirement for somebody to take care of you. You would love it and be happy and be expectant of somebody to take care of you, but if they don't, nobody's gonna come to arrest them.
Man, so Glorilla just responded to her sister calling her out. She posted a screenshot of her mom texting her. She said, "Thank you so very much. Really didn't want to ask because you already do so much for us. I thank you for all that you do. I don't take it for granted at all. I really do. I love and appreciate you so much. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This how you know your family could be your worst enemy. The sister just feels some type of way and she tried to bring everybody else into it. All you gotta say is you need help and you frustrated with life. Coming to the internet to expose your family, let alone your sibling, is weird."
We may look down on them for doing something that is aside from their responsibilities, but nobody can force them to do what they want to do. And some parents or some children just do the bare minimum. They don't do more than what is expected of them. So when somebody takes care of you, whether it's from sibling to sibling, from parent to child, from child to parent, it is a responsibility, but is also a great deal of privilege. And one has to understand the balance of those two, because that is where I think people like Glorilla's family is lacking. They only see the responsibility part. They did not see the fact that to have a sibling that is that successful is also a privilege, because if you play your cards wisely, you don't ever have to go through some things ever again in your life.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
For a family of 10 to act like this, for one of them to act like this is where we tell people that a lot of people, even though they have a lot of family members, didn't really grow up the best way. And I do not know why Glorilla has called off all her family members, but there has to be a reason. And until she talks about it, I cannot say nothing about it, even though she posted a message of how her mom spoke to her. Now, for her mom to work at FedEx, I don't know why. It's none of my business. But then again, it's not just the mom that's involved. There are other siblings that are attached to this mother. And we do not know how these people interact with one another. There is something off with your upbringing and with the installment of discipline and ambition. Because these children, I'm calling them children. These are full-grown kids. These people obviously don't have that. Glorilla had it, and look at where she is today. She may have her issues, but she's doing better for herself compared to the same background that all of these people came from. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share.